Welcome back. It's Dynasty Mirror Search for Uhuru. Let's get some more people in the chat room. But tonight's topic is Africans need to end this nonsense that I hear that Black Americans treat us Africans worse than the white man. Let's unpackage this. We got to really go in on this. All right, I've been hearing this for too long. And this is grossly exaggerated. All right. Because at the end of the day, outside of the name calling, which I mean, in the Black American community, you're going to get name called anyway. I mean, we name call each other all the time. We call it playing the dozens. We call it clowning. We call it camping. That's what we call it. But I'm going to hop right into it. Until an African can show me pictures of Black Americans lynching, castrating, raping Africans, I don't want to hear anything about no Black Americans treat us Africans worse than the white man, or Black Americans, or Black Americans have the white man's mindset. I don't want to hear shit about it anymore. I don't want to hear it because you're over exaggerating. And the people who usually come to this conclusion are the biggest white zaddy ass kissers, head in the sand, racism, what racism, white zaddy butt kissing Africans I've ever met. You know, someone sent me a message or made a comment on my on one of my posts on Facebook the other day. And he said, Nigerian guy, he said that Nigerians, immigrants in America, said that Black Americans disrespected them or disrespected his family members or friends who had immigrated to America and were rude and mean, worse than the white man. I said, okay, let me ask some of my elders, some of my OGs, why they would, I guess, be disrespectful to these African immigrants. Because one thing I noticed, Black Americans and Jamaicans, Black Americans, my experience, and Caribbeans, we for the most part have no issues. So I never understood why we would have issues with African immigrants. So I went to my OGs and I said, look, my friend who's Nigerian is claiming that his Nigerian, I would say Nigerian family members who had immigrated to America and came back said that Black Americans were very disrespectful and treated the Nigerian immigrants worse than the white man. His exact words were, Dinas, these African immigrants come over here and coon it up so much. Coon it up so much that, yes, we clown them. Now, of course, being Black Americans and playing the dozens, we're going to clown you anyway. But they said once they noticed the cooning, okay, and the white zaddy butt kissing, head in the sand, what is racism and all this other stuff, I'm not Black, I'm Nigerian, I'm not Black, I'm African, which is the dumbest ish I ever heard in my life. They got clowned. They got clowned. And I'm not excusing this behavior. But to think that you're going to put Black Americans in the same category of the people that colonized you, raped you, stole your artifacts, right? And they're still in museums in Europe, and slowly they're being returned to you, but under certain conditions have to be met. I mean, the European won't even give you back the artifacts that he stole from you. Won't give them back. And he gives them back, and if he gives them back to you, he's putting certain stipulations on you. Like, look, yeah, we stole your mask. We stole your mask. So we're going to think about giving you back your stolen mask. We stole your mask, stole your mask, literally the remains, the decapitated heads of chiefs are in museums in Europe. We're going to think about giving that stuff back to you guys. You're the rightful owners. We're going to think about giving it back to you, but you have to meet these stipulations first. And in fact, it's to the point now they will tell you, they will loan you the art back to you. So these European museums, right, are telling you that we will loan you back the stuff we stole from you during colonialism. We were raping, pillaging, stealing, enslaving you on your own land. The Belgium Congo, if you didn't meet your rubber or diamond quota, we were decapitating your arms and hands. All this. But for some reason, Black Americans treat us Africans worse than white people. But damn it, when that European, that white man shows up to Africa as a missionary with some vaccines, he is God. The colonialism, the rape, everything is forgiven. Now you won't even question him about it. You won't even confront him about it. It never existed. When the Arab shows up, right? When the Arab shows up, who was involved in the slave trade, who was castrating Africans, y'all won't even question him. In fact, here we go. Stop the show. To this day, whenever a white person shows up to any event, event is not official in the eyes of many Africans in Africa unless a white person shows up. You know how many festivals I go to in Africa? You know how many festivals I go to in Africa? And when white tourists show up, in the Africans' eyes, the event is official. It's official. Again, the amount of white zaddy butt kisses I see on behalf of you Africans after slavery and colonialism is disgusting. And I don't want to hear another Black Americans treat us Africans worse than white people. I don't want to hear it. Because again, until you can show me the proof that Black Americans did to you and in its complete entirety, excuse me, in its completeness, however you want to say it, I don't want to hear it. Yeah, the jokes are worse than the physical and social economic abuse that whites imposed on them. That's how stupid you sound when you say Black Americans treat us Africans worse than white people. The damn jokes are worse than the physical and socioeconomic abuse, the economic hitmen sent by the CIA and the British ops to take out your leaders like Thomas and Carr. to destabilize your country, to make you slaves on your own land. Colonialism, the goddamn jokes is worse than that. You guys are the worst if you think this way. Black Americans treat us Africans worse than the white people. Y'all got to be the dumbest, most sensitive, lamest, weakest, self-defeated Africans I have ever met when you say stuff like this. That's the mindset of a lot of you Africans. Goddamn colonialism, the physical, physicality, the socioeconomic war, the physical war that the European brought to Africa is worse than name calling. I mean, name calling is worse than that. Name calling is worse than the physical abuse and the socioeconomic abuse that you guys still deal with to this day. Name calling is worse. In the eyes of these Africans that say this Black Americans treat us Africans worse than white people, these Negroes are lost and stupid, and they're a lost cause. I mean, you guys just got out of colonialism 40 years ago for some of you. But again, the Africans that make statements like this kiss the most white zaddy booty ever. They are the biggest white zaddy butt kissers that you ever meet. Hold on one second. I mean, these cats are supreme white zaddy butt kissers. So you guys would tell Black Americans, you would tell Black Americans that you guys treat us Africans worse than white people, but you guys won't dare confront white people. Again, white people aren't getting the disclaimers. Non-whites get the white people, Black people get the don't act like the white man disclaimer. Why doesn't the white man get his own white man disclaimer? I mean, but Lumani, these are conversations that have to be had. These conversations, they have to be had. They got to be had on a public forum. They have to. They have to be had. I mean, white people aren't even getting their own white people disclaimers in Africa. For real. That's the weirdest. It's so weird to me. White people aren't getting their own don't white people it up in Africa disclaimer. Instead, we get a bunch of butt kissing, white zaddy kissing, passive, sell out. Thank you. These convos have to be had in public because these Africans sell us out in public all the time. All the time. All the time. I mean, this African is just we're dealing with a bunch of just bipolar, sellout, lame, tap dancing individuals. That's what we're dealing with. Now, I want Africans to win in America. But I'm telling you, just being around a continent, and you guys could say, "Oh well, Dynas, you never lived there, and you only travel and visit." The freaking African that's winning in America, the Nigerian girl that won the chess championship in Britain is of. In fact, let me show you some. Hold on. Let's share this screen. Hold on one second. Nigeria oil. Here we go. Here we go. Right here. Let me share the screen real quick. That's what I'm saying. Hold on 1 second. I want to show you guys something real quick. Okay, here we go. Nigeria could lose $6 billion from corrupt oil deal linked to fraud. Okay, this is the point I'm trying to make. All these Nigerian immigrants are successful and the most successful group in America. You know, the Nigerian girl who won the chess championship in Britain. You know, this immigrant did this immigrant is successful. This is not benefiting Africa. It's not benefit Africa. It doesn't. And the point I'm saying is, okay, being successful in America is great, but you guys need to take that same success, that same energy, and go back and take back control of your country. Nigeria could lose $6 billion from corrupt oil deal linked to fraud. So what's the purpose, right? Help me out, you guys. What's the purpose of bragging about being successful immigrants in a foreign land when your home country has issues? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. That's all I'm saying. I want everybody to win everywhere. But again, it makes no sense to brag about being successful in America when November 26, 2018, Nigeria could lose $6 billion for corrupt oil deal linked to fraud. But then these same people want to brag about how much money they're sending back home via Western Union and MoneyGram. That's a win for Western Union and MoneyGram, not for Nigeria, not for Ghana, not for Senegal. That's all I'm saying. That's the point I'm making. You have your own country. You guys need to come and build and take all that knowledge, everything you learned, and take it back home and get rid of guys like, what's this guy's name? Dan Etete, whatever his name is. Dan Etete. And go back and take over. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I want you guys to be successful. I want you guys to win. I mean, I really do. I mean, seriously, I want you guys to win. But as I travel and I see the potential in your own country, right? I see the potential in your own country, the potential, the wealth in your own country. But you're bragging, you're waving your flag and bragging about being successful here in the West. Like it's of no benefit for your country. That's all I'm saying. And I get backlash for saying that. I'm just saying. I don't understand, but I'm the bad guy for saying, like, look, you have your own country. You have your own country. You come to America, you come to the West, Britain, France, whatever. You're waving your flag. You're supreme, militant, Nigeria. I have my own land. I have my language and culture. But damn it, you don't want to go back and help build. You don't want to come back and fill these political roles that these corrupt politicians are taking. But when I call it out, I'm the bad guy. You know, I'm the bad guy when I call it out. Because, I mean, Nigeria wins. All of Africa wins. I'm serious on that. You know, the focus is on Black America, but I'm saying Nigeria wins. Nigeria has a population of 200 million Black people. It's the largest Black market on the planet. You know, okay, Jushin, let me address this. Dinus, what you are seeing in Africa, this potential and bitching is what Africans are seeing when they come to America and bitching about African Americans and they're not making use of the advantages. Let's address that. Black Americans are see, Black Americans are in the epicenter of racism, white supremacy. All right. We don't own America. That's why that comment is so stupid. We don't own America. We don't. And the thing is, and why that comment is so stupid is because the GDP of freaking Black Americas is more than freaking the majority of Africa. If you take the spending power of Black America alone, is more than the majority of African countries. So what do you mean not making use of the advantages? I mean, yeah, we might be blowing that money on BS, but what I'm saying is Africa is being sold out to non-Black foreign corporations. Okay. But you know, Black Americans treat us Africans worse than white people. When all the industries in Africa are being sold out, situation is way different, not even the same. And see, just the logic of, okay, hold on, stop the show. Stop the show. John, okay, what was your name? Let me go back to this comment. John, just really dissect and unpackage what you just said. Africa, which is the richest continent with the most resources on the planet, right? And you guys swear you own the land because that's the freaking comeback. At least we have our own land. So you have the richest continent on the planet, but you don't control any of the resources on your own land. But you want to compare that to the situation of Black Americans. That's what we're dealing with here. This is it's illogical. It's stupid. You have the richest land, richest continent on the planet. That's where you live. That's where your land, the land you own, that, you know, that's what you have access to. The richest land on the planet. But you want to sit here and try to compare your situation to Black Americans? This shit is stupid. It's stupid. We can't believe you Black Americans are taking advantage of the opportunities here like us. You left the richest continent in the world to come to America. Let me repeat that. So you left the richest continent in the world, on the planet, richest continent on the planet, most resources. If it wasn't for the Congo, I would have no cell phone. You left the richest continent on the planet, right? The richest continent, most wealthy, most resources. Shit, Ghana was called the Gold Coast at one time. So what does that tell you? So you left the richest continent on the planet, the wealthiest, Wakanda, to come to America and compare your situation to Black Americans. That shit is stupid. That shit is stupid. That's all I'm saying. And then the majority of the time that when a lot of Africans say that Black Americans treat us like shit, they're in the gutter, the hood, they're around the Black Americans I don't even want to hang out around. that I won't even I don't even want to spend my time around. When you really break it down, and they say, dynasties, Black Americans treat us Africans worse than white people. Like, who are you hanging around? You're hanging around the gutter of our society, the most uneducated hood, you know, I don't even want to hang around them. I don't get what. Please educate me. Please educate me, Azali. What do I don't understand? Dynas, you've been to Africa a number of times, yet you still don't get it. It's sad, really. What am I missing out? What am I missing? Tell me. Azali, put it in the chat room. Tell me. Again, it's just it makes no sense. You have the richest, you come from you live. Okay, pause, stop the show. So Black Americans, damn near 300 years of chattel slavery in a foreign land. In a foreign land. 200, 300 years of chattel slavery, Reconstruction era, segregation, war on drugs, uh, prison pipeline. But an African who comes from the richest continent on the planet with the most resources comes to America and wants to compare his situation to the Black American. I need help understanding that. I need help understanding that. I need help. But Solomon, they're not doing that. I'm telling you, it's not happening. No, I know how much debt America's in. I understand that, but it's not adding up. Because again, the point I'm making is everything's being sold out, right? Congo, Nigeria, everything is being sold out to foreign, non-black foreign interests. But you want to talk about Black Americans treat us Africans worse than white people? That's what I don't understand. That's what I understand. Uh, Veins of African blood. Africa need the tough love. If we lose Africa to the Chinese and other black people worldwide are done for, they must wake up. I agree. And what's going on? We have a lot of Africans who are putting in the sweat equity, right, vicariously through the Chinese. I'm starting to notice that as well. And East Afro dude, West empowers the corrupt African government they embed with each other. And I get that. So my point is, again, knowing that, I just don't understand why they migrate to where the seat of uh, infiltration and the people who are funding the coups and destabilizing Africa, why would you migrate here? That's what I don't understand. You don't want to go to Canada, Central America, other countries in Europe. But even through, so after slavery, colonialism, see the West, America, Britain, France, whatever, sending their CIA hitmen, you still want to come over here and live. That's what I don't understand. If Africans did not migrate to America, you would be overrun by South Americans and Asians by now. Then you would have nobody to complain to, dude. What are you talking about? Whatever. Okay, whatever. Yeah, but I had to come on. I'm not gonna. They took out Gaddafi, so the West took out Gaddafi, right? Which reignited the slave trade. But East Afro, dude, this is the issue. This is the issue, East Afro, dude. Okay, you said we can't invest in public or private sector here. Over there, we can't do nothing without the government approval. East Afro, dude. The way these militant flag wearing Africans are here in America, you would think they would just go to Africa and take over the government. You would just think, that they're gonna rise up and go take over the government. We have to overthrow a government. See, there we go, East Afro, dude. That's my point. The way they are and how so-called militant they are, you would think that they would be on the first plane smoking back to their country to take over and dominate. But they're not. That's why they won't never move back. That's my point. They're so comfortable here in America, but again, they want to be the supreme flag wearer. And I'm like, dude, just flag bearer. They want to be the supreme flag bearer for their country. I'm like, look, it's okay to be Black American. Come join Tribe Black America. Come join Tribe Black America. But they're not returning. That's the thing. They're not returning. They're not. Some are. I know some are. I know a couple of Ghanaians that are going. But the thing is like for every African that returns, 100 are trying to leave. Let me repeat that. For every African that returns, 100 are trying to leave. That shit is nasty as hell, Celeste Ryder. Dibby lamb and chitlins, that shit sounds nasty. You don't eat no Dibby lamb with no chitlins. It sounds disgusting. Yeah, but anyways, guys, I just have to say that look, until no, I'm not saying you have to hate your dynasty. The reason they wear their African flags because they've told all their life to hate their heritage, African heritage. Okay, here we go. Here we go, Jushin. Who told them to hate their African heritage? Let's be specific. Who told the African to hate their African heritage? Who controls propaganda, mass media propaganda? Who controls it? Who controls the media? Again, who controls the media? Black Americans, we don't control nothing. Who controls the media? Because your answer is right there. Who controls mass media propaganda? And it's not the Black Americans that treat you guys worse than white people. Who controls it? But again, Africans are going to say that Black Americans treat us Africans worse than white people. But let CNN, right, bottom shelf Brad. No, this is upper shelf, top shelf Brad controls the media. Now I got to continue to have these conversations, man. I know some people are like dying to stop the conversations, but these conversations need to be had. I mean, there needs to be a resource so people could hear these conversations. Because just when I keep hearing this, Black Americans treat us Africans worse than white people. Coming from a Black American perspective of what we endured, chattel slavery, being castrated, complete communities being wiped out. You have Black Wall Street, rape, pillage, war on drugs, prison pipeline. after the Reconstruction era, just, they're starting to dig up just graveyards of Black Americans at the hands of racist whites. When I hear that Black Americans treat us Africans worse than white people, that shit is so much bullshit. Excuse my language. I'm trying to keep it PG. It's so much bullshit. But they worship white Jesus. Exactly. So if we treat you guys worse than white people, um, that's the thing. Black Americans have the white man's mindset. Okay. Get rid of white Jesus. Boy, they can't get rid of white Jesus, can't get rid of the weaves. So it's just like, stop it. Devil's Punch Bowl in Mississippi. But again, Africans, despite the challenges, are still doing better than Black Americans. I mean, okay, great. Okay. And that's great. Congratulations. But at the end of the day, what technological advancements are these Africans who are allegedly doing better than Black Americans? What do they bring to Africa? Because last time I checked, all the technological advancements in Africa are being built by the Chinese. So again, okay, great, you got it. African immigrants are doing better than Black Americans. Okay, how's Africa? What are you doing in Africa? My point. Yeah, I have to. Because I mean, some of this is just getting out of hand. Dinus, you Black Americans treat us worse than the white man. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. So Africans are doing better. African immigrants are doing better than Black Americans. Great. How's Nigeria? Exactly. My point. And I love Nigeria. I'll be back next month. But we just we have to have these honest conversations with each other. And we need to stop with the bullshit. Because again, the amount of, again, after slavery, colonialism, the Belgium Congo, what happened to the Congolese of Belgium Congo, you really got Africans really thinking that we treat them worse than white people, which is just the dumbest, most crybaby, sensitive, whiny, Afro-European excuse I've ever heard. Yeah. Lumani, I messaged you back. You just tell me when. I'll come next year. I'll come next year. But Lumani, that's cheap labor. Okay, we can't brag about cheap labor. That's cheap labor. We're not gonna brag about, okay, who's laying the concrete, who's digging the ditches. We're not gonna brag about who's fucking freaking drilling the who. Okay, so the Chinese man brings the idea, the African gets the screwdriver and screws in the screw for $80 a month in cheap labor. Come on, like we're not bragging about cheap labor. That's all I'm saying. And then, like I said last night, a lot of these African immigrants are coming over here. They're turning into white liberals, and they think white liberalism is a transferable skill in Africa. Yeah. So, guys, get the likes up. Make sure you guys share the video. Make sure you go to search for Uhuru. Make sure you go to search for Uhuru on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook. Also go to, if you're new to the platform, like, share, subscribe, share the video. Nah, Minister Jab, we're all fam, bro. We're all in this together. Minister Jab, we're all in this together, because at the end of the day, until Black people all over the globe come together, we are going to continue to experience the issues that we are experiencing. We are not going to move forward as a people until we come together. But again, this Black Americans treat us Africans worse than white people. Please. And again, the amount of poor backpacker, poor white backpacker butt kissing I see. Shout out to O'Shea Duke Jackson. Shout out to Minister Jap. The amount of poor white backpacker, white missionary with vaccines, ass kissing I see when I'm in Africa. I mean, even after everything that's documented that this white missionary has done to Africa, all documented, on paper, on camera, he's still welcome with open arms. But you want to tell me that Black Americans treat you worse than the white missionary? Please. Please. They are professional white zaddy butt kissers. Even after everything Europeans did to Africa, the pillage, the rape, forcing the white Jesus, for some reason, a Black American is still Thanos, is still the issue. It's not a trick. Some of these, it's not. We got to stop with this colonizer trick. We got to stop blaming the white man for everything. This is just freaking stupidity. That's what this is. I'm done blaming the European for everything. Guys, get the likes up. I'm done with blaming the European for everything. The Europeans dividing us. I mean, come on, you know damn well, okay, that no Black American is treating you worse than white people. You know it. I mean, come on, you know we're not. I mean, you guys, hold on, stop the show. O'Shea, stop the show. You Africans celebrate your Independence Day every year. Once a year, you celebrate your Independence Day, the end of colonialism. The end of the shit. Every year. You celebrate it every year. What does your Independence Day mark? I mean, what does it stand for? Why do you celebrate it? It's the end of when Europeans, white folks took their, or somewhat took their foot off of your neck, African. But you want to sit here and pretend that the Black American has his foot on your neck. If you don't get up out of here with this crap. I mean, y'all celebrate Independence Day every year. Flags in the air, celebration, party. Dancing. Afrobeat, Ghanaian high life music all night. And trap music. The few Independent Days, celebrations I've been to, has been a lot of trap music lately. And the Independence Day marks the end of, allegedly, somewhat the end of, is when the end of when Europeans took their foot off of your neck. Took their foot off of your neck. Took it off. The rape, the going to war with certain tribes, taking land from tribes, forcing white Jesus on you, told you how to hate yourself, giving you Christian names, forcing you to speak English and Francais and Portuguese, all this stuff. They forced all this stuff on you. And you guys celebrate the end of it where white people somewhat pulled out, but they still control you guys, through their IMF and other institutions. But you guys want to sit here and pretend that Black Americans are treating you Africans worse than white people. I mean, come on. I'm just saying. Thank you. White Jesus is the worst Messiah ever. He is. And I love Africa. I'll be back in a couple weeks. I'll be back in Ghana, Nigeria. But the Black Americans treat us Africans worse than white people. After everything that's documented that white people did to you, and when a white person shows up, the white zaddy butt kissing begins. I'm just saying. Here we go. I'm not going to read that comment. But guys, make sure you go to search for Huru on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook. Like, share, subscribe. Dynasty Mirror, search for Huru. Until next time, family. Peace.